All right, so we go kind of like one by one. So lose weight. You know, all these influencer lah, all these people do on Facebook lah, Instagram lah, wow, like that, and then become like that. You think so easy, man? Straight away. In between got a lot of things happen, okay? You sweat, you cry, you frustrated, you want to give up. That one they never show one. They never show, wow, one fat and one skinny. Wow, like so easy, you know. Snap all the finger already, you can be slim. Wow, take my TR90. Oh, then you can slim, lose fat, eat whatever you want. There got such thing one. Honestly, no such thing lah. We in medical, we know there's no such thing lah. Only the public will get conned lah. There's a lot of things in between, you know. They never tell you only. They make it like so easy. Now that you go to Zone Fit 60, some of you have gone to it second time, you know very well. You know, when you do step by step, there's a lot of things that you need to do, a lot of things that you need to watch out along the way, okay? It's not just like that, okay? Oh, you take my thing and then you lose weight the next day. No such thing. So don't be fooled by all these fake photos, okay? Fake results, I would say. There's a lot of things in between that happen one, okay? You see, day 1 to day 90, like that. Actually, it's day 1 to day 720, okay? And those of you who are actually looking to build your body, you know it very well. It's actually very difficult to build muscle, okay? It's very difficult to look like those people in the TV, okay? You have to lose weight, then you have to bulk. You cannot eat too much, but you cannot not eat also. Oh, there's a lot of balancing act that you need to do. But the most important thing is that you know what you're doing and you keep doing it. So we tell people to achieve target heart rate. So what's so important about target heart rate? So as you see, as your heart rate goes up, you see this graph, as your heart rate goes up, your calorie burns also goes up. So it will reach a maximum state. So of course, it's not easy to go and reach so high, you know, your heart will be really pumping. So when we say 80% of your target heart rate, how do you count your target heart rate? Is your 220, the formula is 220 minus your current age. So 80%, that is your target heart rate. So 80%, 60 to 80% of that, also more than enough already. All right. So you can see as your heart rate goes up more, your calorie also goes up more. But interestingly, between your fat and your carbohydrate usage, initially it follows. But if you do too vigorous and your heart rate goes too high, you will see that it actually use of carbohydrate and the fat, they stop using the fat already. So you don't need to push your heart rate too high up. It means you don't need to do too vigorous exercise. Partly because when your intensity goes up, your heart and your cell cannot burn fat as much as possible. So it tends to use carbohydrate. It tends to go into what you call anaerobic metabolism. So that one you cannot sustain. So you will have lactic acid buildup and then your muscle will fatigue faster. So that's why it tends to use carbohydrate if you become more intense. So this is an interesting fact. People think you do more, I do faster, I do more, I can burn more fat. Actually, no, you know. Too intense, if you push too hard, too intense, you actually stop using fat, but using more of carbohydrate. So you want to burn fat, you need to do long, you go do longer duration, but moderate intensity. So you see, very low energy expenditure, very long duration, you burn fat. Then as it goes more intense, the fat usage goes further down. Carbohydrate usage goes further up. So you want to burn fat between do moderate for a longer duration, or the other way is if you want to do a short duration but very high intensity, also can lah. But you do very high intensity and very short duration, then tak boleh lah. Then it stops already, not using fat at all. So this is around this area if you're looking at burning fat. So that's why when you do very high intensity, like those people in the wake keep pumping, they actually don't burn fat one. They're actually using the carbohydrate storage. Because it's very high intensity, but very short duration. Your muscle fatigue very fast, the body cannot use for aerobic metabolism. So you actually don't burn fat very much. That's why cardio exercise is too important. So how do you decide moderate, vigorous, or light? This is a simple guide lah. It's not very scientific, but it's a simple guide, which I found on the net. If it's light, it means you can still sing after you exercise. You don't feel very tired. Moderate, you can talk, but you can't really sing. It means like after running, you run for a few km, you really can talk, but you can't really sing. Vigorous, that means you can't even talk already, or you'll be really panting. Overly vigorous means you can't even talk. You just, like that. So this is a rough guide, okay? Very rough guide, around like that. All right. So when you skip rope, or when you do jogging, when you go for long run, so when you can still talk, but you can't really sing, right? So it's around there, moderate. But you need to do a long duration. You cannot really do short duration. Too short a duration, you won't have that effect. All right. So if you're looking at losing weight, so make sure you must take into the consideration of the duration also. Later on down the slide, I'll tell you why duration is important. You must take into consideration the duration and also the intensity. All right. Then, of course, exercise, you build endurance and strength. So what is strength? Strength, of course, strength is strength lah. Ability of the muscle to generate force lah. That means how strong you are lah, how heavy you can lift lah. Endurance is how long, the ability of your muscle to contract the muscle many times. So when you say build endurance, that means you build, your muscle can tahan lazat, can go for a longer time before it gets tired. So these are usually those who do a lot of repetitive exercise. Like you do a lot of pull-ups. The more you do, your muscle get more stronger. Not only stronger in terms of strength, but stronger in terms it can do more and do longer. So those who knows, tired, we have two types of muscle fibers, okay? Type 1, type 2. Type 1 is what you call red fiber. Red fiber because it got a lot of myoglobin. A lot of myoglobin means it can use up more oxygen, so it can last longer. So those are for those more active in those who will do long distance exercises like cycling, swimming, jogging, that kind of thing. So type 2 is they call fast twitch or white fiber. So this one will give you short bursts of energy. It's white because it doesn't have so much of myoglobin, so less oxidative metabolism. So it's more less aerobic metabolism. So it's more anaerobic, that means without oxygen. Okay, you produce energy from your glycogen without oxygen. So these are more in those weightlifters, those who need more strength. So you know. So there are one type in the comic that I read. There are these legendary pink fibers. Pink fibers, I don't know whether it really exists or not, but pink fibers are muscles that you train that can last and yet can give you explosive power. You probably can train it. I'm trying to train like that. That means it's like you carry weights and then you go and spring. You wear weights and then you go and spring. So you develop that explosive power plus the endurance, something like that. You can try that. So when you do high intensity for short duration, that will also increase your fat burning also. If you come back to the graph, all right. So it depends on. So you can see those people, the body type will be different to the type of training you do. So you see a marathon runner, they have more so-called type 1 fibers, more developed. So they are very long, lean, and slender. They don't ever have the muscle bulk one. And but the other type, the bodybuilder or those doing all this body weight calisthenics, those that build muscle one is different again body type. So you can see. So when you do exercise also, you have muscle mass, you have the bulk, you know. So the bulk is important. You don't think, oh, this one's so vain, I just want to look good. No, bulk is very important. Why? Because it maintains your body function, moving your hands, legs, neck, back, coordination, and reflexes. If you don't have muscle bulk, you know, some of our grandparents who are old, no bulk, you can see they are not as strong. Their reflexes are not as fast. and they fall down easily. So muscle bulk is very important, and muscle mass actually decreases with age if you don't maintain them. So you see, if you have no exercise at all, and as you age, you become your muscle will, what we call in medical terms, atrophy. Atrophy means it will shrink, and when you have no muscle, your movement you tend to feel weaker. You will tend to feel more pain. You will tend to feel less active and more tired easily. As compared to those with muscle bulk, it's very easy. You see those uncles that exercise and run around in the park. Those people never complain of back pain. You see those uncles, aunties that never work, or work very little, always stay at home and watch TV. Those are the people that will complain a lot of pain. Here don't feel good, there don't feel comfortable, And those people will move slower and their reflexes are slower as compared to those who exercises. So it's very important to maintain your bulk. Simple exercise only, you don't need to go. If you can, it's good. If you cannot, you don't really have to go to gym, all the time. Don't be so scared of the gym. But you need to move around. Simple exercise also to go to maintain that muscle bulk, to maintain the muscle tone. And then women, this issue about women, if I do exercise, I get very bulky, so ugly. It's not so easy. Okay? It's not so easy to become bulky. You really have to go through a very strict regime of weight exercise, a strict diet. But don't worry, men and women will develop the muscle same. If you train, same. The muscle protein and synthesis will be same. So you don't worry about that. But don't worry about getting too bulky. You will only tone up only. You never become bulky. It's not easy to be bulky, okay? Those who want to be bulky, you will know it's so difficult to achieve. Easy or not, Johnson?
No, not easy. Not easy.
You look like Arnold Schwarzenegger now or not?
Yeah, I saw.
All right. It's not easy, Don't worry. Females, don't worry. You do your exercise, you get toned up, you look much, much nicer, okay? Don't worry about getting bulky. You won't get so bulky on. But you'll be very toned, and your tone is what's going to make you look nice. All right? So effective. How effective it is if you want your muscle to grow. That's why when people always say you must push yourself to the limit of failure. Don't stop. It's very simple. It's very logical. You don't stop within your limit. You do, tired, you stop. No. Muscle, okay, understand the function of muscle. Muscle is to help you move, to help you lift weight. If you lift within your limit, or you do within your limit of reps, your muscle will not grow because it does not need to build up. It does not need to hypertrophy to do the extra work. That's why you must always push beyond your limit a little bit. Then the muscle will adapt. I need to work. I need to grow bigger because I need to work harder. That's why you must always do a bit beyond your limit. Then your muscle will grow. You don't stop just within your limit. Then your muscle won't grow. Simple as that. It's very logical. This is called evolution. Simple. So why duration? Have you heard about this afterburner effect? So the longer you do, you have bigger afterburner effect. If you do 20 minutes a day, you might burn about 200 plus calories. Then for the remaining of the day, the rest of the 24 hours, your body will continue to use up another extra 70 only. If you do 35 minutes a day, you might burn about 400, and your body will continue to burn about 360 for the rest of the day, 24 hours. So that means your whole day you will burn about 700 calories. If you do 50 minutes, you burn 500. Your body will continue to burn another 500. So that means 24 hours you burn about 1,000 calories. So this afterburner effect is very important. So this afterburner effect is why you need to do a longer duration. This afterburner effect is why you need to do at least 30 minutes and above. Then your weight loss will be much more obvious and much faster. So when you come to mental part, of course I already know about mental part when you exercise. You know, you reduce stress. Wow, you're stressed at work. Wow, this stupid boss forced me to do this. So when you go and run, when you go and do exercise, when you go and lift, you let out all your stress. Then you feel better. So reduce stress level. Then of course, as you do, as I said, you increase your endurance of your muscle, right? So you increase your energy level. And then when you can let out stress, you reduce depression. Then it increases your mood, reduce all your anxiety. You know, when you can do stuff or when you live better, then it increases your self-esteem. Of course, when you're tired and everything, you work out, you sweat it out, improve your sleep. So it's a lot of benefit in terms of mental and emotional when you do exercise. All right? Because when you exercise, your brain will release stuff, hormones, neurotransmitters, norepinephrine. So improve your attention, improve your motivation, hippocampus, improve your memory, that's why you exercise, there is reduced risk of dementia. Then when you exercise, you have dopamine, it improve your, make you feel good, also improve your motivation and focus. Endorphin, when you release, make you feel nice. Serotonin also increase your mood. So you see, when you do exercise, there's a lot of changes in your brain. There's a lot of things being released to improve your memory, improve your brain function, improve your mood. And it doesn't mean you have to go gym. You just go out, you walk, you have a short run, leisure bicycle ride or something, and just do something. There's a lot of benefit. So start today. Do it with a friend. Ask Joanne to come and go and do with Joanne. This is in Bandar Utama. So that is why exercise is so important. From physical, from mental, and from emotional. All right? So that is the importance of exercise.
Okay,
Back
great.
to Joanne.
Great. So can we have the slide again? The moderate and high intensity, the one with the dot.
Oh, can. Yeah.
Can see the one again. So we are recommended to do low and also moderate intensity for those who wants to lose fat, right? Because I think most of us here are targeting to lose fat.
So your heart rate goes up, your calorie burns more. So you must push your heart rate up. But don't go too high, because then when you go too much, too intense, your fat burning reduces. So this is the important one.
This one.
So you see, you must stay within like moderate, or the most is until vigorous high intensity but short duration.
Red color is carbohydrate.
Red color is carbohydrate .
What about the green?
When it becomes more intense,